Hey, I wanna be extra, extra. I wanna be flexed up when I dress up. I wanna be so damn fly that when I come by, everybody need a heads up.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Cederick Campbell, and today I will be presenting the Motor City Fashion Museum. So, ever since Bottega Veneta, which is a high-end fashion company from, I believe, Italy, came to Detroit and had their fashion show here, they've been calling Detroit the next fashion city. But little do they know, we've always been a fashion city. The concern here is that our contributions to the fashion industry aren't well documented. And so through my fashion museum, I plan to put what we contribute to the fashion industry on display. The design of my museum, I kind of wanted to mimic the design concept of Virgil Abloh. So basically he took like really simple things and added his own ostentatious touch. And so that's what I plan to do through the design of the Motor City Fashion Museum. In addition, it will also be beneficial to Detroit because I am a fashion designer and stylist myself. So I attend a lot of fashion events, and I also work for a production company called Codex Rosella. I am creative director for. And the issue we have putting on these fashion events is that we never have a venue. And so my museum will serve as a venue for these fashion events. Also, we can use the museum to give people the skills and experience they need to advance in the fashion industry, like 3D modeling garments or fashion shows, because that's the future of fashion. As shown here, which me and my brother actually 3D designed our own fashion show for his senior project at the University of Michigan. And it's on display now if you guys want to check it out. That's what I included here. So now we get into the design of my structure. So my precedents, I referenced the Louis Vuitton's men's Fall/Winter 2021 fashion show, where he basically took a rectilinear structure and he highlighted this kind of stair structure in the middle. And so I kind of like that aspect of it. And I felt like it was kind of relevant for what we have here in Detroit, because if you go to places like the DIA or the Detroit Public Library, they have those like staircases that are very grand and very like highlighted. And then I also referenced the City Thread, which is by Sports Architects, where they basically were looking for a way to engage an alleyway. So they took a steel pipe and they kind of wrapped it around in the alleyway, and it had a multitude of uses, like people can sit on it, like they were holding events there. And so that's what I kind of wanted to use from this precedent. And it kind of reminded me of a project I did first year, which was a dining pavilion. So basically I imagined a piece of glass wrapped in curved steel. And so as opposed to it just being like a decoration, I wanted to engage the alleyway and the park in front of it. And so then we get into my initial sketches. So as previously stated, I wanted to highlight some sort of grand staircase, but I also wanted the curved steel on the facade to kind of like come off the building so that people can like sit on it and interact with it in many different ways, which kind of gets into my design diagrams. Like I said, taking a really simple structure or something that's really simple and giving it that ostentatious touch, which the curved steel does. And then, like I said, people can sit on it and interact with it in a multitude of ways. And we also have that grand highlighted central staircase that they can use, which gives a nod to what Virgil Abloh did and to what we already have here in Detroit. Which brings me to what came about from all of my design intents. So this is my fashion museum. Like I said, it's a simple rectilinear structure with an ostentatious touch, which is the curved steel, which comes off of the building so that people can interact with it. And the curved steel also influences the design of many aspects within the structure as well. So this is the reception area. And as you can see, there's a curved reception desk. There's also curved seating as well. And you can also see the curved steel from inside the building too, which is fun. Oopsies. We're running out of time, but like I said, it influenced many things in the structure as well. So in my floor plans, the museum walls will be curved, and also the curved steel does not only come off the building in the front, it also does it in the back, so it does interact with the alleyway. And yeah, as you can see, the central highlighted staircase is there as well. And so to close with some renderings that I'm very proud of and I love so much, I rendered the museum itself. So as you can see here, I put myself in there because I will be notable in the fashion industry. So I put me and a few of my looks in there. I also highlighted the future of Detroit fashion. Shelton Hawkins Jr., which is a friend of mine, He was the first. He recently made history as the first person from Detroit to be highlighted in Paris Fashion Week, which is really cool for him. I also featured Gigi Hunter, who was the originator of knitwear in the hip hop industry as well. And like I said, we will be using the museum as an event space for Detroit. So I rendered a fashion show. And one thing about fashion shows in Detroit, we always have a pop-up shop on the side. So here is the pop-up shop on the side. And these are actually brands from Detroit. This is Harper Ray, who's a really nice luxury jewelry brand here in Detroit. Atron, that's his brand, Shelton's brand. And then Des Del Mar, who's also a really dope designer from here as well. I also 3D rendered just a pop-up shop that actually will be in Nordstrom in June. And so I put it in my museum, and we will be highlighting Des Del Mar, and so it's going to look something like this. And yeah, this is my fashion video.